Hello everyone, welcome to Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master. I'm Scott Jordan. Today we're at the UBS Arena in Belmont Park, New York, with Arena Championship Series Central. And here is your driver lineup here for the Central Series star-studded event. In New York, Fernando Martinez, Matt Cody, John Zimmer Jr., Jamie Sullivan, John Zimmer Sr., Triton Robbins, Montana Robbins, and Angelina Knock, all doing battle for the overall event championship. Up first is JCB Timed Racing. The rules are simple. The fastest time across the finish line wins the first 8 points. And here we go. Jamie Sullivan in Sparkle Smash has the first green light of the day. Gingerly around the turning pod, clips the pod, trying to make that final corner here at Sparkle Smash. And Jamie Sullivan, some big air across the finish line, sets the pace with a 10.183. So Jamie Sullivan showed everybody how it's done. Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco getting the next turn. Former Monster Jam Rookie of the Year, Fernando Martinez comes in hot there, clips the turning pod, absolutely smashes it, runs right over it. That could be a 5-second penalty. We'll have to find out. Can't get the truck right. Tries to come up over the finish line. Is able to get it straight, and there is your 5-second penalty, 15.720. Don't want to clip that turning pod. Don't want to knock it out of the chalk line. Certainly don't want to run over it. Triton Robbins' Crazy Train is out next. Native New Yorker out of Buffalo. Here comes a Crazy Train. Nice avoiding of that pod. That's how you want to do it. And now with a nice space turn here, gets Crazy Train back up onto that straight ramp. And right over the finish line, clean pass there for Crazy Train, 11.905. Sparkle Smash still with the time to beat. Next up out of Williamsport, Maryland, Matt Cody and Gravedigger. Nice start off the chalk line there for Gravedigger. Hits the brakes up on 3 wheels. Now he has that straightaway in front of him. Matt Cody, tight turn there, shortest turn so far. Big air into a wheelie on the backside across the finish line, and there is your time, 10.088. All about that final corner up onto the pod. A beautiful pass from Matt Cody. He has the time to beat. Here is John Zimmer Sr. in Zombie. Clips the turning pod again, but keeps it in that chalk line, so no penalty assessed here. Hits the brakes. Now trying to get the truck right. Goes all the way off to the right side. Is able to correct on the finish. And Zombie's going to finish with a time of 11.554. As we keep the JCB Timed Racing competition going, up next, Montana Robbins in Plane Crazy. Nice start there for Montana Robbins. Now he navigates the turn. He's into that straightaway. Clips the pod there with that front left BKT tire. Now gets the truck right. Big air brake check over the finish line into a nose wheelie. Great time, 10.745. But the lead still belonging to Matt Cody and Gravedigger. Angelina Knock, the daredevil out of Sarasota, Florida, in Megalodon. Gets around that corner now. Final turn for Angelina Knock as she tries to get the racing win. Again, way off to the side. Going to cost her a couple seconds here. 11.796 is the time for Megalodon. And that brings us to John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. John Zimmer with a nice corner now, trying to stay away from that pod, but you see he clips it. Now he's got to go all the way down and break it up again. And he's got to accelerate over the finish line. Seconds wasted there for John Zimmer Jr., 12.557, which means Matt Cody Gravedigger is your JCB Timed Racing winner. So Matt's going to get the first 8 points of the night as we check out our BKT overall event leaderboard. 8 for Gravedigger, 7 for Sparkle Smash, 6 for Plane Crazy, 5 for Zombie. Megalodon checks in with 4, rounding out the current top 5 after 1 competition. Gravedigger has the lead, but we are just getting started in New York. More action is on the way on Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master. Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master's Arena Championship Series Central. And next up is a Monster Jam Skills Challenge. Each driver has the opportunity to wow the crowd with a maneuver using only 2 wheels. They get 2 attempts to do it, and they're scored by fans here on creativity and execution. Here is your top competitor, and it is Jamie Sullivan at Sparkle Smash checking in right now with a beautiful nose wheelie. She is going to moonwalk this thing now back up to the ramp. We'll see if she gets enough juice to go up onto the pot. She does. Execution there, 100% on the truck, and Jamie Sullivan with a great moonwalk now goes back again down the same ramp, wasting no time into another nose wheelie. Sparkle Smash up at 90 degrees here, trying to edge the truck back to the pod. We saw her get it on the first attempt. We'll see if she accelerates reverse here to get it up again. And this time sets it down on the face of that ramp. 8.134 for Jamie Sullivan is Sparkle Smash. Next up, Montana Robbins in Plane Crazy. Didn't like the angle he had here. Brings Plane Crazy backwards. Again, going to get a little more room here to space it out. Now Montana Robbins hits the throttle, accelerates, going for some big air sky wheelie. Instead, he gets into a nose wheelie combo. So a great catch, not much on the sky wheelie, made something out of nothing here. And now Plane Crazy, absolutely brilliant here on the moonwalk as well. Montana Robbins does not look like a rookie here on this attempt. All the way back up onto that center pod before finally setting the truck back down. And he goes again now for attempt number 2. Big time popper for Plane Crazy into a stoppie. May try to flip the truck up here. He's got a little bit of room to work with. Moonwalks instead. And that'll do it. 8.373 for Montana Robbins. Next competitor, John Zimmer Jr. for Terminal Velocity. Popper attempt here. Gets the back 2 wheels up. Now controls the truck. Stops it on a dime. And now John Zimmer Jr. will go to work here. The second generation driver going to do what he does best. He's one of the best in Monster Jam in this competition. He's going to show you why. Right here, runs out of room, doesn't matter. Hits reverse, keeps it right back into that stoppie formation. And now he's just going to try to straighten the truck up, maybe get it down the ramp. He's got a little bit of a pop to go. Instead, he's going to go right back into reverse. Finally sets the truck down. Attempt number 2, popper attempt into a nose wheelie. Terminal Velocity now out slowly into this nose wheelie formation. Back and forth, moonwalk, nose wheelie combo here. He's got the whole ramp in front of him. May try to flip it up. He does. He gets it into a wheelie. And now he's going to try to grease the wheels. Popper instead. What a combo here for John Zimmer Jr. Triple combo. Instead of using finesse, he uses power and powers his way now back into a nose wheelie. Crab walk this thing back into a moonwalk. Finally runs out of room. It's still not enough to stop him. And John Zimmer Jr. with a wheelie on the backside. 8.589 for Terminal Velocity. Matt Cody, our JCB Timed Racing winner, reverses over the log stack. Full view of the pod right in front of him. Gravedigger comes in slow. Going to go for a popper attempt here. Pops it back 2 wheels up. Catches it 90-degree angle, runs right into that face of the pod here. So there's that dip off. Instead, he goes into reverse straight down the center lane. A lot of room in front of Matt Cody here at Gravedigger. Attempt number 2 now. All the way across the pod, right down the ramp into a nose wheelie. And now Matt Cody trying to take the lead away from John Zimmer Jr. into a moonwalk all the way across the pod. Doesn't stop him at all. And he's got a wheelie again. He's going to go all the way back across over the 8-pack. 8.722 gets it done. And that's going to get the win. So Matt Cody doubles down in Gravedigger, winning the first 2 competitions. He earns 8 more points as we check out our BKT overall event leaderboard. 16 for Gravedigger, 12 for Plane Crazy, 12 for Sparkle Smash, 9 for Terminal Velocity, and 7 for Zombie. 2 competitions down at Belmont Park with 2 more still to come. The exciting second half is next on Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master. Welcome back to Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master from the UBS Arena in Belmont Park, New York. And next up here with Arena Championship Series Central, it is the donut competition. There's your criteria. Fans once again scoring on speed, style, accuracy. Number of revolutions always a factor. Fernando Martinez, Toro Loco showing you a good Monster Jam donut here. 1,500 horsepower. The Crazy Bull going to work on the New York dirt. A little dizzy there is Fernando Martinez. 8.259 is the score now for El Toro Loco. Round and round they go here. Drivers putting their bodies and their minds through the test here to put on a great event for the fans. Matt Cody, Gravedigger, he is 2 for 2. Trying to go for a sweep here, get the first 3 competitions. Comes in with a nice angle of the truck here on the dirt in Belmont Park. There's a beautiful donut here from Matt Cody. Low center of gravity, back end down. And you hear that throttle rhythm going. 8.706 is the score for Matt Cody. Next up, Angelina Knock and Megalodon trying to get on the leaderboard here. The former Daredevil trying to do some Daredevil donuts. She's got that front wheel up. You love seeing that. We can see a breakdance on the landing. She sets it down, 8.968. So a great donut there for Angelina Knock and Megalodon. And finally, Jamie Sullivan in Sparkle Smash looking for her first win of the day. Front wheel up there in the Unicorn, powering through. There's the confetti shower on the dirt here in New York. Fans love that, and they love it enough to give her the score to win the competition, 9.327, so Jamie Sullivan gets it done. And Sparkle Smash is your Monster Jam Donut Competition winner. That is Jamie's first win of the day as we check out our third BKT overall event leaderboard. Gravedigger still has a lead at 22. Sparkle Smash checking in at 20. Playing Crazy with 13. And Megalodon in fourth place. It is freestyle. Drivers get 60 seconds on the clock to turn in their best freestyle run. They have to get that 15 seconds off the clock to qualify for a score. Fans once again scoring here at Belmont Park. They want to see a lot of excitement here. They want to see those wow moments. They want to see drivers hit every obstacle on this six-sided pod, maybe even a backflip. And there's a nice finesse move, a skills move in the competition by longtime Monster Jam veteran John Zimmer Sr., now driving Zombie. A lot was talked about when the Zimmer stepped away from Monster Jam last year. They are now back with a brand new team, Send It Motorsports, out of Michigan. Full support and backing of that team. And John Zimmer Sr. came back with a vengeance, winning an overall event championship in his first weekend out, a part of Zombie Nation now, along with Barton Musauer. There's a boundary line, that chalk line there for Zombie goes over it. So now John Zimmer Sr. gets the truck back into the freestyle competition and back in bounds, coming up over the pod with some nice air. A great look at that log stack. And that'll do it. Here's the original super glue. Glue to the action replay. Here's some air for John Zimmer Sr. And there's a score to beat now, 6.912 for Team Zombie. Next up out of Buffalo, New York, it's Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. Brake check right out the gate over the log stack. Nice air again there for Triton Robbins. Nothing would send it home a little bit more going back to Buffalo, New York than a freestyle win for the Crazy Train team. So trying to get a hometown win. There's a nice crab walk there, but he can't get the run to continue as we take a look at that brake check jump on the original super glue. Glue to the action replay. Crazy Train's run ends prematurely, but our freestyle competition will continue. Stay right where you are. More Arena in 30 powered by Spin Master is coming up next. We are back to the UBS Arena in Belmont Park, New York. It's round 8 of Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master. As we continue on with the freestyle competition, we just saw Triton Robbins. Now it's his brother's turn, Montana Robbins. The younger brother, the second-generation driver, as well. Nice combo move, greases the back two BKT tires. It's all about traction here, even in the arenas. Even without that weather element, the dirt still comes from outside. You still need the traction, and you definitely need the traction that the BKT tires offer to be able to catch this dirt and be able to pull off some of these incredible Monster Jam stunts. Montana Robbins there coming off the side there, looking for some cross-threading. Again, going it right from north to south here, east to west, straight across the pod. Just keeps going off these ramps, trying to get jump after jump here. You got these obstacles buried in. You got the log, you have the log stack, you have a tire stack, and then you have the 8-pack. And you have 2 ramps there in the middle. Nice catch there for Montana Robbins. He's got a skills move going here in freestyle. Tries to moonwalk it back up over the pod and eventually runs out of time. Take a look at the original super glue. Glue to the action replay of Montana Robbins and Playing Crazy 7.495. Showing off some finesse for his home state fans here in New York. Here's your current overall event leader, Matt Cody in Gravedigger. He won the first 2 competitions of the day. He's got 22 points, trying to take it home. A third win of the day would seal the deal for another overall event championship for Matt Cody. Gravedigger country amassing all over the United States. New York is no different. A lot of Gravedigger fans here. Just need to take a look around the crowd here at the stands at the UBS Arena to see the black and green shirts. A lot of Sparkle Smash fans in attendance as well. And speaking of Gravedigger fans, they are about to go crazy here in Belmont Park, New York, because Matt Cody has lined up for the backflip. He's got the 8-pack in sight. And Matt Cody just taking his time. Now he's going to send it. Hits the throttle. Matt Cody, Gravedigger goes up. And Matt Cody Gravedigger comes down, not the landing you want, but still gets the big air, still gets the backflip, and still gets the fans going nuts. And there is the score from Matt Cody. We got a new freestyle leader, 8.682. Gravedigger has taken the lead, and Matt Cody may have very well won the overall event championship. Next up, Monster Jam co-rookie of the year, Fernando Martinez and El Toro Loco. It has been a bit of a quiet day here for Fernando Martinez. He's going to try to get on top of the podium with a freestyle win. There is that tire stack there, the 8-pack buried in. We see the backflip ramp now, which uses a different obstacle, a different container now, as opposed to just sticking those tires into that dirt. So we see the technology now coming as our track crews continue to evolve these arena tracks as well, making them more exciting for our Monster Jam fans. I'm old school, I'm still going to call it the 8-pack. It still looks like one to me. But we'll see what those technical terms are from our track crew as we continue on to the 2025 season. Fernando Martinez, straight up vertical sky wheelie, gets a nice bounce on the back two wheels. El Toro Loco comes around, going to go right up over the center lane. Nice brake check on a wheelie. And that'll do it for Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. The quiet day continues. Vertical sky wheelie here on the original Super Glue to the action. Replay 7.136 is the score for Fernando Martinez. The lead still belongs to Matt Cody. And Gravedigger, Jamie Sullivan, Sparkle Smash, very much in contention for the overall event championship. She would need to take the freestyle lead here and get a little help in order to knock Matt Cody down so she could take the win. Comes right in with a popper. So a skills move to start the freestyle run. 60 seconds on the clock. Now seconds ticking away here for Sparkle Smash. Jamie Sullivan having a dynamite season. Her first season in Sparkle Smash after coming over from Dalmatian Nation. 8.682, there is your score to beat. We saw the confetti out of Sparkle Smash and the donut win. We'll see how the fans score this freestyle run. There is your sky wheelie. Absolute perfect execution for Jamie Sullivan. Hit the ramp at the right speed and got the right amount of air, able to bounce it. It landed on all 4 BKT tires. Continue the run, slap wheelie combo again. Sparkle Smash now chopping away at the dirt, up over that log stack, onto the pod. And that'll do it. Here's your original Super Glue to the action replay. Jamie Sullivan, Sparkle Smash coming all the way across, clearing that pod into a slap wheelie, 8.412. That brings us to John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. He's been held out of the win column so far today, trying to end the day with a freestyle win. Will go a long way to his series championship hopes as he tries to become the first independent Monster Jam driver to win a series. Great catch there for John Zimmer Jr. Clipped the back two wheels on the end of that pod. That could have been disaster. Instead, he turns it into a clinic, backing it up all the way to that backflip ramp. Now terminal velocity building some momentum here. Some nice air again. Another great catch into a skills move. One thing I love with John Zimmer Jr. is his throttle rhythm in freestyle. You can hear him as he continues to build momentum, just continuing that strong throttle rhythm as he glides terminal velocity onto this freestyle track. There's a finesse move there for terminal velocity as John Zimmer Jr. goes from one side of the track to the other. Trying to take the lead away from Matt Cody, a Gravedigger. These two drivers are going at it all season long, along with Jamie Sullivan and Sparkle Smash, fighting for these event championships. Now terminal velocity over the log stack, stays low to the ground, able to clear the pod, and that'll do it. Here's the original Super Glue glued to the action replay. Here is your catch right here. Clips the back two wheels and is able to turn it into absolute brilliance. 8.170 is the score for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity, and that is not going to take the lead. That will stay with Matt Cody and Gravedigger for now, but just look at the absolute execution here for John Zimmer as he sets the truck down. 8.170 once again is the score in freestyle for terminal velocity. Here's our final competitor, Angelina Knock in Megalodon. A lot of Megalodon fans here as well in New York. Tries to go for a popper there, is able to just continue from one side of the track to another. Megalodon with the entire pod in front. And Angelina Knock brings the truck across the pod again, clears it from one side of the ramp to the other. Slows down a little bit, tries to get back up with the pod, ends up off to the left. Angelina trying for her first competition win of the day. There's a great look at that pod, just absolutely getting beat up truck after truck. There's your score to beat, 8.682, as each one of these trucks starts coming in to these jumps in freestyle. The faces of the ramp starting to get knocked down a little bit. So Angelina being the final competitor, a bit of at a disadvantage trying to hit these jumps, trying to get some big air. Now Megalodon comes in, circling her prey. Angelina Knock, so calculated there, trying to find the exact spot on that pod she wanted to go to. She found it, and she nailed some big air. Another sky wheelie for the former Daredevil out of Sarasota, Florida, and that'll do it from Megalodon. Here's the original super glue, glued to the action replay. Kept the momentum going, end over end bounce, gets the landing, 7.906 for Megalodon. So Gravedigger wins freestyle as we take a look at our final BKT overall point standings. A nearly perfect day for Matt Cody. He finishes with 30, Sparkle Smash with 27, Terminal Velocity with 18, and Megalodon and Plain Crazy each with 17 points. Matt Cody wins 3 out of 4 competitions, which leads him to the overall event championship. Let's go down to Karina Encarnacion and our winner in this Northern Tool and Equipment Pit Report.
It seems like your Gravedigger truck was really worked to your favor tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything came together tonight. Man, like I said, we've had a couple long weekends and some parts failures, you know, some stuff on my end. I'm overdriving myself, and, you know, it felt good tonight. It felt good to come in, take 3 of the 4 competitions, be right here with the trophy. But, man, they're here. Put that camera on these 2 guys. Get a close look at them. My King and Jazz are the hardest working guys here, non-stop, man. You see this truck right now, they're going to go back with smiles, loud music, and have a good old time tonight putting it back together, and we'll be back out again to do it tomorrow. But my hat's off to them, and I thank these guys, and I appreciate them for everything they do, and I thank you guys for coming out, spending your hard-earned money, supporting Monster Jam, supporting Gravedigger, and we'll see you next year.
Celebration begins for Team Gravedigger here in Belmont Park, New York. An incredible day for the entire team. You saw Matt celebrating with his technician and his crew chief. He wins 3 out of 4 competitions, finishes just 2 points shy of a perfect event, and continues on with his dream season right here on Arena Championship Series Central. Make sure you follow us on social media, and you can follow this series as well as the East and West. We'll have the action for you right here all season long. That's all the time we have from the UBS Arena in Belmont Park. I'm Scott Jordan. I look forward to seeing you right here next time with another brand new edition of Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master.